Well, good morning. Welcome to Friday's Thought for the Day. In fact, this is going to be the last Thought for the Day for a few weeks. We decided we need to take a break from Thought for the Day over the summer holidays, so we're going to pause on that. I think the plan and the hope is we'll restart in the autumn, but this just gives us a chance to regroup, to maybe reflect a bit more, and a break from doing a Thought for the Day every day. So this is the last one, and because it's the last one, and because in a sense this thought has to last for the rest of the summer, I'm not going to talk about anything particularly topical today, but rather give you something which I think is more timeless. It's something I'm sure many of you have thought about before. It's maybe some get back to basics. What will give us some joy to lead us through the summer holidays? It's going to be a slightly different summer than it has been in the past, although hopefully gradually getting back to normal, so restrictions are eased. But when it comes really down to basics, I'm sure many of you know that someone came to Jesus and asked him, what's the most important? What's the most important commandment? And Jesus said, as again I'm sure you know, well, actually there's not one, but two commandments. The first is this: love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your mind, with all your soul, and with all your strength. Love God with all that you are. And I think what he's really saying there is put yourself in a right relationship with God. The first key to living life as God intended, the first key to a life that is truly fruitful, is to realise that we're not God, but that God is. That we are creatures. We are creatures of a most wonderfully loving God. And rather than putting the crown on ourselves, putting ourselves on a pedestal, thinking that everything revolves around us, the first stage is to recognise that God is God, and to love him, and to value all that he's done. That command was first given several thousand years ago in the Old Testament, before people had even seen the extent of God's love. We've now seen it in Jesus. We've seen God loves us enough to die for us. We've seen his love. So the first stage of a life filled with joy, a life lived right, is simply to put God back in the place where he deserves to be. And what that really means is putting us where we belong, under his authority, worshipping him in a delightful, loving relationship with him. Love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, with all your mind, with all your strength. And then Jesus said there's a second. Love your neighbour as yourself. And in fact, other writers in the Bible put it even more strongly. St. Paul said, consider others more important than yourselves. Put the needs of others above your own needs. Or as James put it in his book, and quoting Jesus, it is more blessed to give than to receive. Put the needs of others above our needs. That's the second key to living life right. It's the key to being who we were made to be. We were made to be in a right relationship, a relationship of love with others around us, a relationship of caring for others around us. And Jesus said that's it. All the other laws and commandments and writings and all the teachings are summed up in those two things. And as someone noticed a few years ago, in English, that spells J-O-Y. Jesus first, others next, yourself last. J-O-Y. That's the route to a joyful life. That's a route to a joyful life this summer. It's always been the route to a life that is fulfilling and right. J-O-Y. So why don't you have a joyful, hope you'll have a really joyful summer, full of getting yourself in the right place in relationship to God, relationship to other people. And all being well, we'll be back with more thoughts for the day in the autumn. God bless.